Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love. Now, I'm going to talk about the real meaning of the pentagram, the 5 points, the 5 winds of Christ. It also means Christ. Now, the 5 senses. Awareness. We're aware. Physical and emotion. We're going to talk about how this goes into a circle, by the way. Physical. I touch you when you're feeling sad, you're upset, or you're angry, and I say, it's okay, brother. It's okay, sister. Things are going to get better. I encourage you. You feel this emotionally in a good way. Rather than put on my shoulder on you and say, I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you. It's going to hit you negatively. So it goes with your emotion. To feel these emotions takes intelligence to be able to express them. But if you're having an outburst of anger, you're using your intelligence against you. So it comes to your intelligence. Symbolic. You could see a symbol and it affects you negatively or positively. It comes with your intelligence and your awareness. So back to here to how you react with it. Symbols have always been around. We just made them like a circle was always around. We just identify it in the draw a circle and call it a circle. So we identify with it. 5 points. You are a 5-pointed star. Put my hands out here. 5 winds of Christ. Nails through his feet and the spear mark. It's 5. But the nails didn't actually go through the hand, otherwise it was split through. The nails actually went through here and in the ankle bone. Now, to have a higher awareness, we have to evolve beyond to the point that we have this construct, a 5-pointed star. Other life form out there that's intelligent, so would have this 5-pointed star. Us, right? Be able to express, feel, be aware. What messes people up, they get caught in the middle in the belief mind system where they do shitty things. Believe my way, you're going to go to hell and shit like that. In the middle, belief mind. Ancient Christians use this symbol. You can see it in old ancient churches. You can even see it in old Christian art on walls. Now, when the Catholics, they changed this symbol, and the Orthodox. Now, there was a group called the Cathar. They were an ancient group of later Gnostics. They were the paper bearers of Europe. They were teaching poor people how to read and write. They were bringing in paper to Europe. They were teaching women how to read and write and paint as well. Back then, women weren't allowed to learn how to read and write and paint. Catholic Church said they were controlled by the devil. Women shouldn't be intelligent. Men are more intelligent. Tell them to submit. It's all man-made bullshit. Now, the Cathar, they didn't have a priest. They didn't believe in that. They had a bishop. The bishop was vegetarian, so Cathar were pescatarian. So it was a pescatarian, mostly ate vegetables, then ate fish. Some were probably vegetarian as well, because a lot of Gnostics were as well, so it varied. But they carried medicine everywhere they went. They healed the poor for free. Back then, you had to see a Catholic priest. You had to pay him to heal you. A lot of those plague doctors with the wish mark, with the mask, with the bird beak, a lot of them were priests. They were killing the pagans and killing the ancient Christians for their medicine and knowledge and their gold, whatever they had. And they would store it, and that way you would have to come see them. You would have to send out one of your sons to a monastery to learn how to read and write, or pay a church master to come to your house. So poor people weren't allowed to read and write. So they were teaching them for free, so it upset the social balance. Poor people could get higher jobs. They didn't want that. They still don't want that. They want a two-tier society. So when they killed the Templars, they had a lot of money in France. So they thought they would go kill the Cathar. They would have a lot of money too. They got to their temple. They've raped a lot of them. They've burnt them, stripped them naked, burnt their books, burnt them alive. They said, either convert or die. A lot of the Cathar just chose to walk into the fire. Some didn't even scream. After seeing their family killed by these people, they didn't want to convert. They just chose to die. They also believed in reincarnation. They didn't believe in hell. Hell's not in the Old Testament. It says Sheol, place where the dead goes. They believed in heaven. Now, Jesus mentioned heaven and hell, so that's when the Cathar took it. So not Cathar, the Catholics and Orthodox took it as a reward and punishment system. Same with the Jews, like Jewish Christians, they sort of seen that. Now, the Cathars didn't believe in this. So when they got there, they got to their temple, thought they were going to have a lot of gold. Don't know why, because the Cathar didn't believe in material wealth, neither did Gnostics. All they found was a pentagram, a poem and a song, which is all in one. I'll put a link in the description of it under this video. And they were pissed off about this. So what they did was they swapped the symbol upside down and turned it into devil worship. And they denied the existence of the Cathar. The Catholic Church now has accepted, says, yes, this group of people existed, and yes, they did kill them. They censored their writing. They still call their writings heresy, but their writings are older than the Bible by at least 500 years. Some of them might, even from the Gnostic writers, not Cathar. Cathar did write some of their own, so some of them around the New Testament era and just before, because that was the era when they were getting persecuted. There were many persecutions. They were killing all different Christian groups that didn't believe their way. Especially the Gnostics. They were the biggest threat because they were telling people to wake up to their own divinity. Christ didn't believe in this created God. He believed in your own divinity. He was teaching you to wake up. He died telling you to wake up, not dying for your sins. He was a very intelligent man. He was healing people with oil. Christ also means anointed one, anointed with oil. That oil could also had cannabis in it, cannabosum, cassia, frankincense and myrrh, olive oil, and a bit of cinnamon. That alone can heal many things. It can heal epilepsy, can treat epilepsy, treat leprosy, can help seizures, stop seizures. It can also be used as a pleasant smell, like a deodorant of sorts. Now, the Cathar were killed. Some went underground. But the last of their greatest teachers, he was burnt alive, and he told a prophecy, 600 years, good men and women will start coming back to the world, and the old scriptures will be found. They buried those old scriptures. They found them now, that 600 years now, and good men and women have come back to the world. We are the good men and women. We're capable of doing good things, not killing each other. Right now, people are protesting because they don't want to see a two-tier society. They want people to be equal. We don't want to see people, the ones running warfare and all this sort of stuff continuously. And technology only serves the elites. Technology needs to serve the people. The Gnostics believed in free travel. Jesus said the generation with no kings will be the generation that gets it right. So we're all equal. The Gnostics believed in coming together. The idea of heaven to them wasn't quite heaven. They called it the Polora. And it was more of a sense of being one with the source. Gone beyond, no longer needing a point to reincarnate, evolve, and no longer needing a mortal body, no longer needing a physical form, but you're one pure conscious thought, one with the source, one with frequencies and energies, one with the true divine. They also see the divine within you. We are all the divine. We are all gods. We are all here living a human experience. They believed in the Big Bang too, but they believed that we created it. They believed there was no such thing as nothingness. Rather, it was just thought, and it outburst and sparked the creation system, and all of life sparked out into either animals or humans living human experiences, so able to live a conscious experience, physical experience. So we are, in a sense, evolving to become gods. We are gods evolving to become God. So in one pure collective consciousness thought coming together. They didn't believe in paying to travel, but they believed in free travel, free learning, free art, be able to learn, paint. So they were very different. This was a much more kinder state of Christianity. It was spiritual, not religious. So it's been changed, which is a great shame. Peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to one, mind and soul. Namaste.